Person writing that I still don't understand. The two negatives makes a positive thing. So two negatives makes a positive. Okay, so we should change our language a little bit here. Two negative makes a positive. This is very general, and it's usually how students kind of sum up the theme of subtracting negatives, and that's what we're really talking about here, is subtracting negatives. There are different operations with negatives, and subtracting is one of them. So let's just clarify here. We're talking about subtracting negative numbers. And the idea is that if you are subtracting a negative, so let's say we have 3, and we're subtracting negative 1. What should we get? Well, they're saying it makes a positive. And this is a quick summary. Most students see this negative 1 and this subtraction and say, oh, that's like plus. So they say this is 3 plus 1, which is 4. And that is correct. But let's not pretend that there's some magic happening here where this negative subtraction sign and this negative value are somehow magically combining to form a plus. Although that might help us remember it. Some students think of this sign and this sign, you put them together, turn one of them so it's vertical, you get this plus sign, and they write these little shortcuts. That's fine for helping us remember, but what's actually happening is this idea of movement on a number line. So for example, if we have 3, the reason we're adding when we're subtracting a negative value, there are different ways to think about it. One student told me that if you add negative value, that means you're decreasing on the number line, so you go this way to the left. So then, if that's true, if adding negative goes to the left, so right, add negative, then subtracting a negative has to do the opposite thing. Subtracting a negative goes to the right. So there's this idea of negative values, right? When you add negatives, you go to the left. Subtraction is the inverse of addition, so subtracting a negative means we go to the right. And going to the right is like adding. So in this way, subtracting a negative is like adding. So 3 minus a negative 1, we hop once to the right, and we get 4.